Good evening. Today we're going to look at polymers. So to start with, we'll look at addition polymerization. Okay, so this one we're saying this is the process by which small units called monomers add to form one large unit called a polymer. Now, you should notice one thing here. During addition polymerization, only one product is formed. And the small units, we call them monomers. When they add, they form a large unit which is known as a polymer. Example, if you have ethene, this ethene, it is an alkene. It is able to undergo addition polymerization because it has a double bond. So ethene can polymerize. So you can add ethene plus ethene. So these ethene, they are called the monomers. When these monomers are added, the double bond it breaks and the chains join. So we're going to have something like this. Yes, something like this. Okay, so what we have here is ethene being added to ethene. So these two monomers, these two molecules of ethene, they are known as monomers. So when they polymerize, they'll give us one unit which is known as a polymer and to be called polyethene. So this is what addition polymerization is all about. Like you have seen, we have small units which are known as monomers. They have added to form one unit which is a polymer. Please, as you write your polymers, they should not be closed here, should open like I have done here. So this is the polyethene. So this polyethene, it has two repeating units. So this is polyethene with two repeating units. So this is one repeating unit and this is one repeating unit. So at this point here, we notice that the structure is repeating itself. That is why we're saying that we have two repeating units. Remember, alkenes undergo addition polymerization because they have a double bond. Different from alkenes. Alkenes, they are saturated. They have single bonds. As such, they cannot undergo addition polymerization. All right, let's move. Let's look at next example. Suppose you are given propene. So propene, remember prop, it means there are 3 carbon atoms. Then from the general formula of alkenes, general formula for the alkenes, we know that it is C subscript N, capital H subscript 2N, where N is equal to the number of carbon atoms. Since we have 3 carbon atoms, the formula will be C subscript 3, capital H subscript 2 times 3, which is giving us C subscript 3, capital letter H subscript 6. So this is what we call propene. Remember, being an alkene, it means that this species, it should have at least a double bond in its structure. So this is a structure of propene. Having done this, you need to remember that what allows addition polymerization is the presence of a double bond. So we can now condense this. So this will therefore be CH3. After doing that, we're going to have a double bond there, H, then this will be CH3. When you count these carbon atoms, there are still 3. This is 1, 2, 3. So now this is a propene. So this propene, it can polymerize. When it polymerizes, the double bond, it breaks. So we're going to have something like this. Here, CH3. Now, I want us to draw the structure of the polymer that forms, showing 3 repeating units. So if there are 3 repeating units, it means this structure, it will repeat itself 3 times. Let me use a different color so that you see. So I'm going to have something like this. Again, we'll have something like this. Remember, we don't close there. H, 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 C, H3. Remember, the reason I've used different colors here was just to show you, to say here we have 3 repeating units. So this is 1, 2, and 3. All right. So now, sometimes in an exam, what happens is that we can bring this structure that we have drawn from propene. What is its name? So to write its name, just add the poly in front. So this will be polypropene. Okay, so that is how the polymer is formed. Now, polymers are very important. They are used as plastics. The plastic bags that you use, they're made from this process. Okay, let's look at an example on this one. Suppose you're given a structure. So this one would be an example. Name polymer X below. Okay, now when you have this, please This question is very cheap. All you need to do is you count the number of carbon atoms present. So here, you notice that in this structure, at this point, this is repeating itself. So here would say we have 2 repeating units. Now, to determine the name, what we get are the number of carbon atoms in a repeating unit. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you notice here that to name, since there are 4, 4 means it is a butene. And here, where we're cutting, the double bond is supposed to be on carbon number 1. So this will be called poly 1 butene. I know we're asking yourselves questions. So if there's a poly 1 butene, maybe there should also be 2 butene. Yes, you're actually right. So this we can also write it like this. Suppose we have something like this. Suppose we have something like this. Okay, so here we use the same concept. After 2 carbon atoms, we cut. So when you cut here, you notice that the structure is repeating itself. So what is the name of this polymer? So to find the name, we count again. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. After doing this, we notice here also that there are 4 carbon atoms, but the position of the double bond, it is on carbon number 2. So the name of this polymer, it will not be called 1 butene. It will be called 2 butene. Or it can also be called, sorry. This will be poly 2 butene or poly butene 2N. So that is how we solve such type of questions. Remember, what is allowing addition polymerization? It is the presence of a double bond. Without a double bond, addition polymerization cannot occur. So this is about addition polymerization. Now, another question that can come on this is the structure of the monomer. So when you want to draw the structure of the monomer here, you only get a repeating unit. So we're going to get one repeating unit, which is CH3 there. CH, C, H, C, H3. So remember this monomer, for it to undergo addition polymerization, it should have a double bond in its structure. So therefore, just add a line here. So this is a structure that was used to make this this polymer. Now, what is the name of the monomer? Name of monomer. So to name the monomer, here, what you just do is you remove poly in front here. So this will be called but 2N. So like we had this example on propene. So this is a propene. The monomer that is used to make propene, you just close on poly, it becomes a propene. Okay, so that is about the addition polymerization. Now, it may be interesting for you to know the differences between this monomer and the polymer. Like you have observed, the monomer has a double bond, the polymer has single bonds. Also, the monomer here would, from what has been drawn here, would say that it has a lot of carbon atoms. Because of that, this monomer here, this one, would say it has got a lower melting point and boiling point compared to the polymer. So the polymer in this case will have a higher melting point due to the fact that it has a great number of carbon atoms. Okay, this is where I end.